gangster. I think it's evil. And I don't think people understand we've come to this place where we grasp like bad. But then when it comes to a celebrity, all of that is thrown out the window. Maybe it was worse back then. I actually don't think so. I think with the invention of social media, it's so accessible now that it's much worse.
Kelly believed he was on the brink of conquering the entire entertainment world. His transformation from an underground rapper to a mainstream punk rock sensation was both dramatic and wildly successful. Sold-out tours, high-profile collaborations, headlining major festivals, and an endless wave of media coverage. Wherever he went, paparazzi followed, eager to capture the man who seemed to usher in a new era of rock with his flamboyant pink guitars, bold style, and rebellious energy that echoed the icons of the past. And then there was Megan Fox. Megan was already Hollywood royalty. She had been called everything from a bombshell to a diva, bursting onto the scene in the mid-2000s and dominating headlines, film franchises, and magazine covers. Yet despite her fame, she often felt boxed in by the one-dimensional roles the industry offered. Known for speaking her mind, she clashed with directors and producers, earning a reputation as difficult. Over time, she navigated personal highs and lows, marrying Brian Austin Green, becoming a mother, and working to prove she was more than the superficial image Hollywood had painted. By 2020, Megan found herself at a turning point, separated from Brian, re-examining her identity, and searching for something to reignite her personal life and career. Machine Gun Kelly, on the other hand, was craving reinvention. After carving out a niche in the rap world, a highly publicized feud with Eminem signaled it was time for a change. Shifting into the pop-punk genre, he teamed up with Travis Barker to create guitar-driven hits inspired by heartbreak, skyrocketing to the top of the charts. When MGK and Megan crossed paths on a film set, their connection was reportedly instant, intense, magnetic, and impossible to ignore. Almost overnight, Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly became the couple everyone couldn't stop talking about. Their electric chemistry radiated on red carpets, in music videos, and across social media, where they proclaimed themselves soulmates and twin flames. Megan described MGK as the missing piece of her existence, the man who reignited her belief in fate. MGK, in turn, said Megan's presence felt like waking from a lifelong daze. They tattooed cryptic messages on one another, coordinated matching outfits, and weren't shy about indulging in PDA that consistently landed them on tabloid covers. Fans were divided. Some adored their uninhibited passion, while others worried the relationship was a ticking time bomb. Yet, for most, this Hollywood romance was irresistible, blending modern-day theatrics with echoes of rock star chaos from a bygone era.
He has a really pure soul, and he can be very vulnerable, which is what I think you experienced that day, where there was a breakthrough where he wasn't behind his ego and he was just like, you know, I'm hurting today and I don't feel proud of myself today. And I think that's probably what really spoke to you, right, is that you got to see somebody not hiding from their failures.
But not everything was picture perfect. Early signs of tension began to emerge. Rumors circulated that MGK's party lifestyle hadn't fully subsided, with whispers of late-night texts to industry acquaintances and questionable behavior at after-parties. Megan, fresh from a high-profile marriage and divorce, was adamant about avoiding another relationship built on dishonesty. Cryptic posts about heartbreak and betrayal started appearing on her social media, only to be deleted later. Still, the couple would soon resurface together, smiling and defiant, keeping fans guessing about the fate of their love story. The drama took a darker turn when insiders claimed Megan discovered unsettling content on MGK's phone, screenshots, ambiguous messages, or suspicious photos. One day, they'd appear perfectly in sync while traveling together. The next, they were reportedly locked in hotel suites, arguing about trust and loyalty. Despite these explosive moments, they always seemed to find their way back to each other, feeding the narrative that their love thrived on intensity. Megan spoke of their cosmic connection, while MGK insisted their relationship was unlike anything he'd ever experienced. Then came the rumored list. Gossip outlets buzzed with claims that Megan Fox had unearthed a hidden record of actresses Machine Gun Kelly had been involved with, not just prior to their relationship, but possibly during it as well. The story suggested Megan stumbled upon this list in a moment of suspicion, whether on MGK's phone, in an old journal, or via a friend who leaked the information. Regardless of how it surfaced, the alleged discovery sent shockwaves through their relationship. The implications were damning, pointing not just to infidelity, but to a pattern of betrayal that cut deeper than a fleeting indiscretion. Hookups with co-stars or industry acquaintances weren't just hurtful. They hinted at a level of deception that could tarnish both MGK's relationship and his reputation. Reports described Megan as blindsided and devastated, leading to a confrontation with MGK that was as fiery as their public romance. She allegedly demanded full disclosure, every name, every timeline, and an explanation for why he had kept this from her. Some sources claimed she threatened to make the list public if she sensed any further dishonesty, a move that could have catastrophic consequences for MGK's carefully curated image. Megan, fiercely protective of her public narrative and no stranger to media storms, wasn't making idle threats. She had the influence and platform to destroy his reformed bad boy persona if pushed too far. MGK, realizing the precariousness of his position, reportedly panicked. The rock star mystique that had fueled his career might charm fans, but a reputation as a serial cheater, especially one tied to high-profile names, could alienate collaborators, sponsors, and a large portion of his fanbase. If even part of the rumored list overlapped with his relationship with Megan, it would be a betrayal too big to downplay. In the aftermath, Megan's silence on social media spoke volumes. Normally candid and expressive, her quiet withdrawal only fueled speculation that something seismic had occurred behind closed doors. Meanwhile, MGK attempted to maintain normalcy, sharing updates about upcoming music projects and performances. But fans, ever attuned to hidden meanings, dissected every post, lyric, and caption for clues about the alleged scandal. Entertainment outlets latched onto the story, amplifying the intrigue. Questions swirled. Was the list real? How many names were on it? Did the timelines truly overlap with MGK's declarations of love for Megan? With no concrete answers, the speculation snowballed, casting an ominous shadow over one of Hollywood's most headline-grabbing relationships. Multiple sources close to the situation reported that Megan Fox felt deeply betrayed and, perhaps more painfully, used. She was said to be questioning whether MGK truly saw her as his soulmate or if she was merely another name on his alleged list. The heartbreak was intensified by whispers that Megan might be pregnant, a particularly delicate matter given her previous experience with a devastating miscarriage. The emotional weight of potentially carrying his child while grappling with doubts about his loyalty left Megan in a state of turmoil.
I try to just do, mainly I'm just happy that I'm working and that I'm still working and I continue to get these opportunities, but I try to make choices that are different.
Concerned friends urged her to prioritize her mental and physical health, suggesting she take a step back from the relationship. On the other side, MGK's camp was reportedly in crisis mode. They understood the gravity of the situation. If Megan chose to publicly expose him, the consequences could be career-ending. According to insiders, MGK was furious, blaming Megan for letting the rumors spiral unchecked. He felt she was allowing tabloids to dominate the narrative, casting him as an unfaithful opportunist and overshadowing his music career. From Megan's perspective, however, there was little incentive to protect a man who may have shattered her trust repeatedly. The couple's relationship teetered on the edge, with no clear indication of whether they were heading toward an irreparable split or another dramatic reconciliation. Behind closed doors, MGK reportedly launched a campaign to win Megan back. He showered her with extravagant floral arrangements, sent her heartfelt text messages, and left tearful voicemails expressing his desire to start fresh. According to rumors, he even offered to publicly apologize for any hurt he'd caused. Megan, however, remained steadfast. Friends close to her said she was unwilling to forgive so easily, especially without full transparency. She allegedly made it clear that if MGK downplayed her pain or attempted to gaslight her, she wouldn't hesitate to reveal everything she knew. Armed with evidence and fed up with covering for him, Megan seemed prepared to expose the full truth if pushed too far. MGK's professional team was gripped with anxiety as the scandal threatened to derail the carefully crafted image they had built for him. His transformation from underground rapper to pop-punk star had brought chart-topping success, legions of new fans, and lucrative endorsement opportunities. However, the backlash from a cheating scandal could jeopardize everything. In an era where accountability and social responsibility are paramount, corporate sponsors that once celebrated MGK's rebellious charm were now questioning whether his personal life made him too much of a liability. Negotiations for endorsements and guest appearances reportedly grew uncertain, with brands fearing backlash from fans who demanded higher standards of behavior from their idols. Within Hollywood, speculation about the names on MGK's alleged list reached fever pitch. Entertainment blogs churned out articles detailing actresses he had been linked to in the past, blending rumors with confirmed relationships. Old paparazzi photos and cryptic comments from MGK's interviews resurfaced, fueling endless guesses about which stars might have been involved. For an industry obsessed with image and reputation, the mere hint of being associated with the scandal became fodder for public scrutiny. Amid the chaos, Megan Fox found herself caught in a storm of conflicting emotions. Her connection to MGK, the magnetic, almost otherworldly bond they had shared, was difficult to let go of entirely. The possibility that she might be pregnant again only added to the complexity, intensifying her longing for stability and a drama-free future. But her patience had worn thin. The constant suspicion, emotional turbulence, and public spectacle were taking a toll, leaving Megan determined to protect herself and her children from further heartbreak.
I have this thing in my life where I just run everyone away that loves me. And so Cameron loves me, and I have this thing where I was like, you can't love me too much.
Having already endured the dissolution of her marriage to Brian Austin Green, she was adamant about shielding her kids from another round of emotional upheaval. Megan faced a crossroads. Should she fight for the relationship that had once felt like destiny, or walk away from a cycle of pain and betrayal to reclaim her peace? As time passed, Megan's demeanor began to change. Those close to her observed a newfound sense of determination and boundaries. Gone was the cycle of fiery arguments followed by quick reconciliations. Instead, she pulled back, prioritizing her children, mental health, and upcoming career opportunities. According to one insider, Megan confided in a friend, saying, "I can't fight his battles for him. If he can't face his demons, he'll lose me forever." This stark ultimatum placed an immense weight on MGK's shoulders. Feeling the strain, MGK reportedly spiraled into a state of desperation. He bombarded mutual friends with calls and messages, searching for ways to reach Megan and plead his case. He insisted the alleged list was from his past and had no bearing on their relationship. But Megan wasn't interested in vague assurances. She demanded full transparency, dates, explanations, and a clear commitment that their trust would not be further eroded. If she was indeed pregnant, Megan was unwilling to allow the chaos to jeopardize her health or her family's stability. MGK, attempting to salvage his public image, exuded confidence in interviews, claiming that Megan understood him and their connection. But behind closed doors, Megan was furious. To her, these statements trivialized the depth of their crisis, presenting a false narrative that everything was under control. Observers noticed that she had stopped wearing her engagement ring, a distinctive design that had previously symbolized their intense bond. Paparazzi captured photos of her without it, fueling speculation that the rift between the couple was deeper than they let on. Tabloids pounced on the images, using the missing ring as evidence that their relationship was teetering on the brink. The couple remained locked in a limbo, unable to fully sever ties despite the mounting tension. Speculation grew that they were exploring couples counseling as a last-ditch effort to repair their fractured relationship. Others suggested that Megan was delaying any final decisions, possibly awaiting clarity on whether she was pregnant. Then came a shocking new rumor. MGK was allegedly pressuring Megan to keep their turmoil under wraps, even going as far as pushing her to sign non-disclosure agreements regarding the infamous list. Although unverified, the rumor ignited outrage among Megan's fans, who accused MGK of trying to silence her. Meanwhile, the scandal began to ripple through MGK's professional life.
A lot of different things and a lot of different people at any given moment, but he has a really pure soul.
His rock star persona had landed him major gigs, brand endorsements, and appearances on prominent talk shows, but the fallout was becoming hard to ignore. Some brands, wary of a public cheating scandal involving multiple actresses, started reconsidering their partnerships. What once made MGK a cool and edgy figure now seemed overshadowed by the drama, casting doubt on his ability to maintain a polished public image. The lingering threat of Meghan's potential retaliation, whether by exposing the list or confirming rumors, put MGK's career in an increasingly precarious position. Support for Meghan swelled, especially among female fans who were fed up with Hollywood's history of excusing toxic behavior. Social media exploded with messages of encouragement like, "You deserve better," and calls for Meghan to walk away from MGK for good. Some fans urged her to go nuclear, to reveal the names on the list, let the truth come out, and watch MGK's reputation crumble. Whether or not Meghan seriously considered such a move, her silence added fuel to the fire. Each day without clarification allowed the rumors to grow wilder, further eroding MGK's carefully crafted image. The tension surrounding Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly reached a boiling point, leaving industry insiders speculating about the inevitable climax. Would they stage a public reconciliation filled with emotional admissions? Or would Meghan break her silence and expose the full truth, potentially dismantling MGK's carefully reconstructed image? Another possibility loomed. MGK might preemptively confess to the alleged flings in a desperate attempt to salvage his relationship. Fans braced themselves for a dramatic event, a bombshell interview, a tearful public apology, or even a chaotic social media live stream that would finally separate fact from fiction. While the public waited, Meghan focused on her career, teasing upcoming film projects that promised to break her out of the bombshell mold. Hollywood producers reportedly saw her as a rising powerhouse, capable of captivating audiences with roles that showcased her depth and talent. Yet the surrounding drama threatened to overshadow her progress, casting a long shadow over her professional aspirations. Meghan was determined not to let personal turmoil define her public narrative, but the media frenzy made that increasingly difficult. MGK, on the other hand, was unraveling. Every new rumor about the alleged list drove him into a deeper state of panic. He reportedly ranted in private, frustrated that Meghan was allowing him to shoulder the backlash alone. But Meghan, having endured similar dynamics in past relationships, refused to act as his public defender. If the allegations were even partially true, she saw no reason to protect him from the consequences of his actions. The power dynamic between them had shifted dramatically. Meghan now held all the cards, and MGK's future, both personal and professional, depended on whether she deemed him worthy of forgiveness. As tensions escalated, it became clear that the resolution of their saga would send ripples through not just their lives, but also the entertainment industry at large. As the storm surrounding Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly continued to rage, a new layer of intrigue emerged. Rumors linking Meghan to Italian actor Michele Morrone, known for his steamy roles in romantic dramas. The pair had been spotted working together on a project, their interactions during press events sparking whispers of flirtation. Though both denied any romantic connection, the speculation sent shockwaves through the already strained dynamic between Meghan and MGK. For MGK, battling allegations of infidelity only to see Meghan tangled in gossip about a potential new love interest felt like a cruel twist. The public latched onto the narrative of MGK unraveling while Meghan seemingly moved on, even if the rumors were baseless. It highlighted the toxicity and public scrutiny surrounding their tumultuous relationship.
But I don't actually physically do it myself because I think it's sinister, I think it's evil. I know all the fighters and their backstories, and I've been into it for a few years now. He likes it.
Desperate to shift the narrative, MGK made an attempt to address the chaos during a backstage interview at a charity event. He acknowledged his colorful past, but emphasized that he had changed since committing to Meghan. He dismissed current infidelity rumors as absurd, but notably sidestepped the topic of the alleged list entirely. MGK also took the opportunity to criticize the media for twisting personal struggles into clickbait. While his statements seemed calculated to calm the firestorm, they had the opposite effect. Fans and commentators questioned why he avoided denying the list outright, and why Meghan's perspective remained absent from his remarks. Meghan, watching from the sidelines, was unimpressed by what she saw as MGK's evasive tactics. A close friend revealed her frustration. She wants a real apology with real details, or it's over. To Meghan, MGK's focus on salvaging his public image felt like a glaring misstep. Instead of prioritizing her trust and addressing the core of their issues, he seemed more concerned with maintaining his rock star persona. This disconnect only deepened the rift between them, leaving their relationship on increasingly unstable ground. As the drama between Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly continued to dominate headlines, a divide emerged among their fans. Some supporters of MGK speculated that Megan was leveraging the scandal to overshadow his recent successes. They argued that if she truly had incriminating evidence, she should either release it or move on, instead of letting the rumors fester indefinitely. Others rallied behind Megan, asserting that she had every right to handle the fallout on her own terms. They pointed out that MGK's alleged behavior might have left her too hurt and hesitant to publicly defend him. The looming question remained: would Megan choose to destroy MGK's career by confirming the worst of the rumors? In the age of receipts and viral takedowns, it wouldn't take much: leaked text messages, screenshots, or photos to validate the allegations. If Megan revealed proof of widespread infidelity, particularly involving recognizable actresses, the consequences for MGK could be devastating. His brand could crumble under the weight of public condemnation, major sponsorships might evaporate, and fans might abandon him entirely. The damage to his reputation would likely leave a permanent stain on his career. On the other hand, Megan had never shown a tendency to indulge in public revenge. Her past grievances, such as calling out mistreatment by directors, had always been rooted in a desire for fairness and respect, rather than spite. This scandal was different, intensely personal and emotionally taxing. Her silence suggested she wasn't interested in a public spectacle, but was instead grappling with the deep pain the ordeal had caused. However, her mere ability to expose the truth kept MGK in a constant state of anxiety. Insiders described him as unraveling under the pressure. His stress reportedly bled into every aspect of his life. He was snapping at his team, struggling to focus during studio sessions, and even canceling meetings due to emotional exhaustion. The threat of Megan potentially revealing everything was a cloud he couldn't escape, leaving his career and personal life hanging in the balance. Their fans remained as divided as ever, clashing online over the fate of Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly's tumultuous relationship. Some labeled the couple toxic and called for a clean break, while others clung to the hope that their intense connection could survive even the most devastating betrayal. A growing chorus, however, demanded clarity. They insisted that MGK either come forward with the full truth or that Megan expose it herself. Despite the noise, any resolution seemed frustratingly out of reach. Megan kept her thoughts private, refusing to gloat or publicly criticize MGK. Yet, for those adept at reading between the lines, her message was clear. If he wanted to salvage their relationship and his reputation, he needed to own up to every deceit. MGK's old image of chaos and reckless abandon was no longer compatible with the stability Megan desired. The next move was his, and any attempt to continue spinning half-truths risked shattering everything they had built. For a fleeting moment, fans speculated that a resolution might be on the horizon. Megan and MGK were spotted together at a small gathering of mutual friends, their close proximity and hushed tones captured in leaked photos. They left the event together in a black SUV, but the nature of their interaction was a mystery. One eyewitness described the scene as tense, noting MGK's distressed demeanor and Megan's stoic expression. In the days that followed, new rumors surfaced. Some claimed Megan had conditionally agreed to give MGK another chance, requiring him to attend therapy and provide a detailed account of every questionable moment in their relationship's timeline. Others suggested she issued an ultimatum, one more contradictory story, and she'd walk away for good. The ambiguity only deepened as the press hounded MGK for answers, which he deftly dodged, while Megan avoided the spotlight entirely, leaving tabloids scrambling to invent fresh angles on the drama. The couple's future remained in limbo, a ticking time bomb waiting for someone to make the decisive move. The sense that Machine Gun Kelly's career was teetering on the edge of collapse lingered, overshadowing everything he had worked to build. His new music, philanthropic gestures, and carefully cultivated image as a rebellious yet reformed rock star all paled in comparison to the drama consuming his personal life. MGK appeared less like the confident provocateur he once was, and more like a man frantically trying to prevent his world from imploding. The threat of Megan Fox revealing his alleged list of infidelities, whether it existed in the form rumored or not, loomed over him like a guillotine. The power dynamic was unmistakable. MGK's brand was built on the allure of authenticity, the rawness of his lyrics and persona. Yet, if it came to light that he had deceived Meghan while publicly proclaiming his undying love, fans would see him as the epitome of hypocrisy. The fallout could be devastating, tarnishing his reputation beyond repair. Meghan, meanwhile, didn't need to say or do anything to wield this power. The mere possibility of her exposing MGK's secrets was enough to rattle the entertainment world. Her silence carried a weight that left him scrambling, desperate to prevent her from taking the nuclear option. The tabloids fed on the tension, bouncing between predictions of a messy breakup and whispers of reconciliation. Each fleeting glimpse of the pair, whether together or apart, fueled speculation about their next move. For now, the standoff persists. MGK, visibly strained and consumed by the fear of public ruin, remains under the shadow of Meghan's potential revelations. Meghan, on the other hand, has held her ground, making it clear that only full transparency, bolstered by real proof that he has changed, can bring any hope of salvaging their fractured relationship. In this high-stakes game of truth and consequences, the next move could determine not just the future of their romance, but the fate of MGK's career as well. Fans remain captivated, meticulously dissecting every rumor, candid photo, and cryptic social media post for clues about the next chapter in the saga of Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. Entertainment blogs amplify the drama, portraying it as a real-life Hollywood thriller, while more thoughtful observers raise concerns about the emotional toll on Meghan. She is managing motherhood, the possibility of another pregnancy, and a fiancé whose actions may have shattered her trust. The key questions linger. Is MGK genuinely remorseful, or is he merely desperate to salvage his career and relationship? And has Meghan steeled herself for a clean break, or is she still holding on to the hope that their passionate connection can withstand this storm? What's undeniable is the sheer gravity of the situation. Both are trapped in the public spotlight, weighed down by a scandal that neither can easily outrun. For MGK, a breakup could mean more than just personal heartbreak. It could demolish the carefully curated image of a reformed rebel and cost him the credibility that underpins his career. For Meghan, staying would mean facing a future riddled with doubts, public scrutiny, and fans questioning her decision to forgive. The unfolding drama has taken on the scope of a modern Hollywood epic, showcasing the volatile mix of love, betrayal, and celebrity that has turned their relationship into a spectacle. It's a stark reminder of how fame amplifies every misstep and emotional fallout, making their private struggles a public fascination. Ultimately, MGK's fate may hinge on how Meghan chooses to wield her power in this narrative. Should she reveal any damning evidence, or if MGK fails to genuinely atone for his alleged misdeeds, the resulting fallout could be devastating. Conversely, if he rises from this crisis with sincerity and growth, he could reclaim his story as one of redemption. For now, the entertainment world waits on edge, gripped by a saga that underscores the fragility of stardom and the high stakes of personal betrayal in the public eye. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories shaping Hollywood's biggest stars. Until next time, stay tuned, we're just getting started.